Hi there, it's Mico Mickey back again. We brought you the pouch tutorial a couple of weeks ago and showed you how to crochet the cute drawstring with a little bar. And today I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute flower drawstring. Let's dive right in. First, grab the color you want for the flower center, and we're going to start from a magic ring. We're going to crochet 5 single crochets into the magic ring. If you want to have a different color for the flower center and petals like I did, you can simply follow the tutorial. However, if you prefer to use only one color, you can skip the color switch part and crochet 5 single crochet stitches directly in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one will be a little different. After you pull up a loop, don't complete the single crochet just yet. Let's tighten the loop of the magic ring first. Now grab the yarn in color you want for the petals. Leave a tail about 5 cm for weaving later, and then pinch the yarn like this. And then pull this new yarn through the 2 loops on your hook. Just like that, we have completed the 5th single crochet after the color switch. Now let's hold the remaining yarn tail from the magic ring in your right hand to keep it spread from other yarn tails. And then let's slightly tighten those 2 yarn tails. After that, we're going to join the circle with a slip stitch on the first single crochet. After inserting a hook, remember to place these 2 yarn tails in between the hook and the working yarn to weave them in. And then you can pull up the working yarn and finish the slip stitch. As you continue crocheting, make sure to keep those 2 yarn tails between the hook and the working yarn, weave them in as you go. And then we're going to chain 2. After that, make 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Don't forget to hide the 2 yarn tails. So 1 double crochet and then another double crochet into the same stitch. And after that, we're going to chain 2 and make a slip stitch in the next stitch. Always remember to hide the 2 yarn tails. With that slip stitch, our first petal is complete. And then we're going to chain 2 and make 2 double crochets into the stitch you just made a slip stitch. So 1 double crochet and another double crochet into the same stitch. As you are crocheting, you can give those 2 yarn tails a gentle tug from time to time. This will help the flower look a bit prettier. And then chain 2 and make a slip stitch in the next stitch. So the second petal is complete. Now we just need to repeat the pattern, chain 2 and make 2 double crochet into the same stitch, and then chain 2, make a slip stitch in the next stitch until we complete all 5 petals. Okay, now I've finished the last petal and I'm gonna make the last slip stitch. So this one next to the first stitch is where we're gonna make the slip stitch. Now we can snip off the tails. And then we're gonna start handling the yarn tails. First, let's tighten the 2 yarn tails that we hid earlier. And then we'll take the yarn tails from the slip stitch we made earlier and thread it through the hole below it towards the back of the work. Next, flip your work over and gently tighten all the yarn tails on the back side. Let's leave the yarn tails from the magic ring and snip off the rest of the yarn tails. And with that, one flower is now complete. Now you need to crochet another flower using the same method to complete the other side. And for the second one, you can go ahead and snip off all the yarn tails. If you feel that this flower is too big for your pouch, you can also refer to another pattern for crocheting the petals. It will look like this. You can take a pause here and have a look at the flower pattern. This is the smaller one, and this is the bigger one. Alright, after finishing the 2 flowers, we'll need to move on to crocheting the drawstring. Just like in the previous tutorial, chain until you reach the length. Remember to leave a yarn tail of about 5 cm to secure it later with the flowers. Once you've crocheted the length, leave a tail of about 5 cm and then snip off. And next, just like in the previous tutorial, thread this chain through the top of the pouch. Alright, now that you have the 2 flowers ready and the drawstring threaded, let's go ahead and glue the flowers and drawstring together. First, tie a knot between the yarn tail of the flower and the remaining 2 yarn tails of the chain. This will help secure them in place. After tightening the knot, snip off the extra tails. And then we can start using glue to attach the other flower in place. First, squeeze a little bit of glue in the center of the flower, but be careful not to go overboard. You don't want it to look messy if it oozes out. And then, holding the center, carefully continue to glue each petal in place, one by one. So that the flower drawstring is now completely finished. Do you like how it turned out? And if you like this, you can also make another one on the opposite side. Do you also get a mark on your fingers from the yarn when you crochet like this? Sometimes it even hurts. I've made 2 finger protectors that you can wear while crocheting. Simply slide them onto your fingers and then thread the yarn through the gap between the 2 eyes. This way your fingers won't be in pain from the yarn pulling tightly, and the yarn will also stay in place without slipping. Your fingers can still bend freely while wearing them. There's another option available which is designed in the shape. If you would like a tutorial, please let me know in the comments. You can also leave a comment if you have any other tutorial requests. A lovely friend mentioned that she would like a tutorial for fingerless gloves, and I'm already planning to crochet one. Okay, that's a wrap for today's tutorial. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more cute crochet tutorials. I'll catch you in the next video.